Okay, so quick edit here before this review starts. Yes, this holiday review marathon will be the Pokemon anime movies because Ash left the series, so I figured we'd do some of the Pokemon movies for a marathon. What I thought of was, hey, let's do Gen 1 to 3. I didn't realize how many movies there are in Gen 1 to 3. What I thought was 8 is actually 10. So you're getting 10 reviews this month. We are doing first movie, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon Spell the Unknown, Pokemon Mewtwo Returns, Pokemon Forever, Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker, Pokemon Destiny Deoxys, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. I'm pretty sure that gets us through all of Gen 1 for free. And no, I'm not counting Mask of Mirage the Mask Mirage Pokemon, or whatever that freaking special episode's called. We can deal with that later. You're getting 10 reviews. Let me breathe! Welcome to the next holiday marathon, everybody. I've decided since Ash is apparently leaving protagonist duties, clearly we are doing this early enough where he hasn't yet. I decided that this would be a nice time to do a marathon of the first 8 Pokemon movies. Because that would get us all the way through Gen 1 to Gen 3. Through Gen 3. Which I think is a good cutting off point.
Yeah.
So yeah, first one, the first movie. In America, called Pokemon the First Movie. In Japan, Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So first off, time to alienate a bunch of people who haven't seen it. Mewtwo's origin? Because for anyone who's only seen the American version, you're missing about 6 or so minutes from the original.
Yeah.
And very quickly, if you haven't seen it, pause the video, go watch the uncut story of Mewtwo's origin, come back, and then you'll know what we're talking about.
Yep.
But to summarize, for anyone who doesn't want to do that for some reason, young Mewtwo clone meets other clones, including human clone, which is the major reason why this part was untranslated. What was cut from the movie back then.
Because
even though it was translated, it was cut out for being too dark.
Because the main scientist who created Mewtwo was actually trying to create a clone of his daughter.
He was just doing Giovanni's bidding because, well, funding.
Yeah.
And also, this was around the time where human cloning was coming into question as well, so people were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't put this in America where this is a thing that's causing a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
And is also kind of dark.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of important to the plot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Only slightly, though, but it does affect stuff. Even though Mewtwo does forget about it.
Yeah, it gives a very strong foundation for his motivation as a character, which isn't strictly necessary, but it does add a lot to it.
Yeah. And also the whole Amber thing is, like, Jesus.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah. And also also foreshadows the Pokemon Tears thing giving life.
Yeah.
Which is vitally important to explain.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the American part starts after Mewtwo is fully grown. Where Mewtwo just decides, let's wreck everything, and loses faith in humanity.
Humans are stupid! Time to die! I mean, he does have some degree of motivation.
Yeah.
Of, like,
finding his destiny.
Like, he's like, and them, there's just kind of a factor of, like,
they are screwing
They're like,
with him.
hey, look at this.
We made this!
We made this.
We're great!
Now we're gonna do some experiments. And he's like, wow, these guys are kind of jerks. I hate them.
Yep. And then Giovanni does his thing, and he's like, fakes being partners, and then says, "You are made to serve me."
Yeah.
It makes Mewtwo a really good villain, honestly.
Yeah. It works very well. Mewtwo as a villain is he's very well done.
Yeah.
He's a very good villain.
Yeah.
For this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And his voice is freaking cool as heck.
Yep.
Although it is a little weird to think that it's like, yeah, he's like been alive for like probably weeks or months or something, and he has like the voice of like a 40-year-old man. But I mean, that's
well, I mean, it's also telepathy and such.
Yeah.
Like the cloning probably made him age faster.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a new thing for anime.
Yeah.
For a character to not resemble their actual age.
Yep.
In some way.
And then we get to the actual plot where Ash and Co are just heading to the island and such, and also the first fight where it's like cheating rat. That's a golem you just thunderbolted, you freaking cheating rat.
Well, maybe he used Thunderbolt and it blinded the golem, and then he did a fighting type move on it.
Pikachu doesn't learn fighting type moves in Gen 1.
Well, they were getting ready for Gen 2. Maybe it was already in Gen 2.
I don't think so.
Dang.
I don't think he gets Break until Gen 3.
I tried, okay. I tried, okay.
Unless he made the biggest normal type slam, which is very unlikely.
I mean, he can do moves that it's not straight up immune to, at least.
Yeah, I guess.
So maybe he just has a lot of attack.
Yeah, but still. Anyway. Anyway, the whole setup of Mewtwo's plan, getting people to the island, only worthy ones.
I think it makes a lot of sense for his character to do it like that. He
wants to fight at the best. Fight only the best.
Yeah, he's trying to prove a point.
Which makes me question why you even asked the guy with the Caterpie.
I don't know.
Why even invite that kid?
Because because Nurse Joy thought he was really good, I guess.
It's a Caterpie. If it was a kid with a Rattata, it makes sense. But it's a kid with a Caterpie.
Well, maybe that's also the top percent of Caterpie.
Doubt it. So yeah. So they get to the island, and then the whole movie happens.
Yeah, I will say that the scene where Pikachu is getting chased down by the Pokeball, I thought that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, it's a really tense scene.
Yeah, and props to, I forget Pikachu's voice actress.
Ikui Otani.
Yeah, props to her. She killed it in that scene.
Yeah,
you could hear Pikachu getting more and more tired and more panicked.
Yeah,
as it goes on. It's very well done.
Yeah. There's a reason they never dub her.
Yeah, she's She's excellent. Just Ash being like, I'm gonna risk life and limb for this
Yep.
rat.
He jumps off the staircase just to make sure Pikachu lands safely.
Yep. It's like, my guy, there's water down there. There's no fall damage. You'll be fine.
Well, he also did just deal with Pikachu dealing with the water as well.
Oh, yeah.
And also, you know, Pokeball's trying to catch it.
Yeah, that's a fair argument. And, Team Rocket are kind of there.
Yeah, that's the thing with most of these movies, is that Team Rocket's just there. Sometimes they do something.
They kind of just there to be like, we need to make we need to do an exposition dump, but it doesn't make sense for the characters to be there for it. So we'll just have Team Rocket get the exposition dump.
And it also makes sense whenever Meowth shows up to just be translator for any legendary or whatever.
Yeah. I can translate all the I know 6 million forms of communication.
I speak Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. 5 hours later, RCS. Wait, actually.
I say 6 million, but there's 6 million Pokemon.
Well, they'll be eventually, probably.
I don't know about that.
Forget the fact that we're only to 1007.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see. I don't really see the Pokemon franchise lasting for that long.
Well, according to Google, it has 2,000 seasons.
You know, you just need it to last 6,000 times as long as it already has.
So anyway, the whole clone battle thing, where 4Kids is like, yeah, let's just get rid of these piano tones for American Ballad song.
Yeah, that was dumb.
It's 4Kids. I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah, it absolutely kills the mood though.
Yeah.
Especially because they're like, yeah, we just had this ballad and it kind of kills the mood, and then we go back to sad music and it's like, wait, you're giving me serious emotional whiplash here.
Yeah. It's like one of those problems with 4Kids switching soundtracks, which they are prone to do.
Yeah.
To kill the mood with soundtracks.
It's kind of dumb.
Well, I think the only thing 4Kids ever touched that they never changed the soundtrack was Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, that includes Pokemon. I'll give 4Kids this, though. They're the ones that gave us I Want to Be the Very Best song.
That's true.
They are the ones that gave us that, so they at least do it a few times. Anyway, the clone battle itself.
Clone battles are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
The freaking Psyducks.
Yeah. That's some justified comedy in that scene, I think.
Yeah, where it's like, this is still a kids' movie. You don't want to be like, oh, this is really dark and depressing.
Yeah.
Give him at least something to lighten the mood, at least.
Mm-hmm. And it's legit pretty funny.
Yeah.
Poor Psyduck.
And then the Pikachu slapping scene where it's like, Jesus.
Fight back. Fight me. Why won't you fight me? No, I won't. I will not fight you, father.
And can I also mention one thing? Mew is hilarious in this! like I think we mentioned at one point where it's like, Mewtwo, what a cat thinks it is. Mew, the cat.
Yeah, the cat in reality.
The freaking ADHD looking around being like, oh, were you talking?
It's like, oh, look at all these Pokemon. Oh, that one's. Oh, that is a very handsome That is a very handsome Ninetales. Wow. Ooh, it's a Gyarados. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking, Mewtwo?
It also makes 1% sense for Mewtwo to be immediately hostile to Mew.
Yeah.
Ash Death?
I think it is very effective in this version, and I think that the original version would have been... Like, the original version is just like... Ooh.
Yeah, because for anyone wondering, they don't have the turn to stone thing.
Yeah, which...
Where, I mean, I get why 4Kids did it, and I mean, it's not completely out of nowhere that psychic powers would do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not completely impossible.
That is...
I mean, let's be honest, it's the same result either way.
Yeah, but it does make... I think it's more. I think it's, at least for me, it's the idea is more heart wrenching of like, instead of it just being like, oh, he's turned to stone and like Pikachu's like electrocuting him to try to break the stone or something.
Meanwhile, in the Japanese
version, he is trying to he's basically defibrillating him.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's...
And also the point where the Amber section actually holds up with the Pokemon Tears giving life part.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the music in that scene is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The soundtrack's... Like, one thing I'm very excited to show Joel is just how good the soundtracks are in these.
Yeah.
Which we can't play because copyright.
And then Mewtwo just is like, I'm gonna spout a line that is like filled with... I'm going to spout like the wisest words you've ever heard out of kids' media, and it's gonna end up in people's yearbooks in 15 years.
Yeah! What the frick? Pokemon said this line. I can see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Quote by Mewtwo!
It's like, this? It's like, what was this? It's like, Socrates? Plato? No, it was freaking Mewtwo!
Martin Luther King Jr., get out of here, we got Mewtwo! What the frick?
So yeah, overall,
story's pretty good.
I'd say for the perspective as for a kids movie, this is fantastic. This movie is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd say, and for like movies in general, I'd say it's solid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like one of the greatest movies of all time.
No.
It's a must-watch for anyone, even if you don't even like.
No,
Pokemon.
this isn't even my top Pokemon movie at all.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Like I would put it up there with. I'd say it's like on par. I'd say it might be on par with like a lot of Disney movies in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
As its flawed moments, but the
animation is fantastic.
The animation still holds up. And at its best, the best parts of this movie are really, really good.
Pretty much whenever Mewtwo's on screen, it feels like.
Mewtwo is amazing.
So let's go over characters.
Oh, we kind of already talked about Mewtwo.
Yeah, I guess.
And kind of Mew.
Ash.
You get to see a lot of like Ash being like heroic in this.
Yeah.
He has cool heroic.
Which is pretty much how the rest of the movies go.
Yeah.
Like, it sets the standard on the rest of the movies, I feel, is what this movie's doing.
Yeah. Ash is great in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Ash.
Yep.
You're a good boy.
Sorry, Veronica Taylor, you aren't making Ash sound badass anytime soon. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work. Brock and Misty. Are they worth separate character slots?
No. They're like, yeah.
We're here.
We're here. We make some.
Then again, most of the other trainers are just kind of here too.
But like the other trainers actually do more than Brock and Misty do.
Yeah.
And I don't know any of their names.
They're never mentioned. They're just guy with Gyarados, guy with water Pokemon, Nidoqueen, day 58 of the infiltration. No one has noticed you. Yeah, there's a few dub errors here. There's a lot of dub errors.
Alakazam! That's Scyther.
That's a Scyther. All my Pokemon are water type! That's a ground.
Yeah.
It's
It's the regional variant that's water type.
I would believe you if we had seen it by now. We have not. And it also looks the exact same. Yeah, we really did go through the rest of the characters, didn't we? Well, do you want to go in depth with Mewtwo, at least? Or so? As villain and such?
I'm not sure how much more.
Like, where he'd rank in, like, villain status case?
I think he's a very solid. I think he's a very solid villain. I don't think he's like greatest villains in all of fiction, but
yeah.
I'd say like he's a better villain than most of the villains in the MCU. So give him that.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, he has his motivations. He has backstory. He has a good plan. And the only reason it doesn't work is that he grows a heart.
His heart grew 3 sizes that day. You make big booms and they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
You make big boom and they're
Oh yeah,
cool.
besides for the 4 Kids added soundtracks, the soundtrack.
The soundtrack's very good. He's do good to add emotion to scene and other scene and all scene.
Yeah, I guess we already talked about the Team Rocket part, didn't we?
Yeah, they're kind of just like, yeah,
They exist.
We're here to receive the exposition dump.
They don't have their
And
adult jokes that
and
they have
Meowth-
from the other movies yet.
And then Meowth has
Translator duty for
and
Mew.
also he randomly has like a mini
Mini
philosophical-
Mewtwo line with
mini
Cat Meow.
Yeah. Like, huh, we ain't so different after all.
I also just love seeing Joel see Meowth walking on 4 legs and saying it's cursed with the clone Meowth.
Yeah.
Meowth acting like a cat's cursed.
It's weird, okay?
It's like, oh yeah, not everyone is this Meowth, isn't it?
But I'm pretty sure even in the game, Meowth is usually standing on 2 legs.
Yeah, it took a while it took until like the 3D games for them to actually just keep him on the 2 legs. I think it's because of how popular the anime Meowth was that they just kept it on the hind legs.
I guess I just came into Pokemon late enough that I never really ran into the quadruped one.
It's like, oh right, he's a cat, isn't he?
Man, it would hardly be the only cat Pokemon to have one part of its evolution line with 4 legs, and then it's on 2 legs in a different evolution.
Yep.
Cries in every single cat starter.
Yep. Sure is. Well, pretty much every starter that has hind legs. Every single starter. Except for Bulbasaur, actually.
So,
I think Bulbasaur's the only one that ever stayed on all legs. Wait, no, Turtwig as well. The turtle stayed on all legs.
except Squirrel.
Well, he was never on his legs. He was always on his hind legs.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's sometimes on all 4s, but...
Every now and then. Yeah, the first movie's good.
Good movie. Did enjoy.
Oh yeah, we never mentioned the memory wipe scene. Yeah, memories wiped because how the frick would they do this without it?
Yeah, I mean it's also just smart idea by it's like, maybe humans would misuse this hoarding technology and it wouldn't be good. So
hunt us down.
Yeah.
Hunt down the super powerful psychic Pokemon.
Yeah. Maybe let's not.
Which, fun fact, is revisited in a later movie where in the later Mewtwo Returns movie.
Huh.
Because he didn't mind wipe everyone.
Oopsie.
If you remember correctly, there's one person who definitely remembers Mewtwo exists that wasn't in the movie. That was in the movie that long. You know, the one who funded him. I think you could take a guess on what Mewtwo Returns is.
You forgot to memory like the most important person. The most important person who's the most likely to misuse this knowledge. Whoops!
Yep. Well, again, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should also mention the Pokemon First movie also had a CGI remake. It's bad. Don't watch it. Watch the old animated one. The CGI one's bad. In fact, I will show Joel a picture of it real quick. To just show him what kind of thing I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's from the Netflix CGI remake. Yeah, if you're wondering why this isn't like a versus review, because we could, one would win over the other in every way, in terms of almost everything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that the CGI remakes without merit, but it's like, I'm not enjoying the robot chicken animation should not have problems with me being like, this is too weird. Robot chicken animation should not be in the uncanny valley. So yeah, that's the first movie. The next one will be Pokemon 2000, which is my favorite one.
I see.
We're gonna be peaking quick here, aren't we?
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be a peak real quick.
From there.
Well, not completely downhill. I mean, I haven't seen two of them in a while. Like, I haven't seen the Jirachi or Mewtwo returns in quite a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, the last time we watched it together, we were just watching them for fun, not for rambling review style.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'll see different critically, but something being Pokemon 2000, especially since it was the first one I really remember watching over and over again, highly doubtful. But yeah, the marathon's just started.
This is just the beginning.
The first of 8.